For my first pick, I wrote this down. I'm going to cover it.
He's super prepared. I'm winging this.
Down to the wire.
How's it going, guys? I'm Shawn Da Silva.
I'm Andrés Franken.
And this is Down to the Wire.
This week we're going to be talking about soccer. And specifically, there's a question that we want to address today. How many superstars can you have on a team before it stops improving?
And the inspiration for this is Manchester United. They, as we all know, they bought Paul Pogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic this season. And they also have a new coach in Jose Mourinho. People thought that they would do much better than they are right now. In 7 games, they are 6th place with 13 points, 5 behind the top Manchester City. They haven't really had a chance to develop yet as a team.
It is a small sample size. It's really hard to say from the first 7 games of the season what the rest of the season is going to be like. They're 6th in the league. For Manchester United historical standards, that is relatively low on the table. Last season, they were actually first in the table at this point. However, we all know that last season, things didn't go very well for Manchester United. Let's go back to our question here for a second. Rationally, you think, I have more players that are superstars, I'm going to do better. However, that's not necessarily always the case. There have been studies done into this. There was one specific one done by the University of Columbia that found that once you go past the ratio of 2 superstar players to 1 average player, you start seeing that the trend doesn't keep going up consistently. At that point, you have a lot of egos on the team. Attention is diverted to competing between each other as opposed to having one common philosophy. And this is super important for Manchester United right now because Mourinho's coming in and he's changing this team a lot. He has a philosophy that is in many ways contradictory to what Manchester United has played in the past. And not only does he need to adapt the new players to the team, but he needs to adapt the players that were already there to his new strategy. So obviously this is going to take a lot of time. There are some issues there. Their efficiency up front hasn't been the best. You look at City and Arsenal, they're scoring goal every 6-7 shots, same with Liverpool. Manchester United is down at 9. They're also attempting a lot of crosses. They have more physicality now. They have Zlatan up front. They're trying to score in the air. They're 2nd in the league right now in terms of crosses attempted. They're attempting about 25 crosses per game. And that's way ahead of Arsenal, Liverpool, or City. And maybe that's something that United has to try, maybe playing along the ground a little bit more. But the most important thing is trying to adapt to Mourinho's philosophy.
Going back to your point about egos being a huge factor, Paul Pogba and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When you have 2 players like that are brought in for 2 completely different reasons, Paul Pogba is a center defensive mid, but he is expected to produce as well. Zlatan expected to finish every chance he gets. I'm not sure how this will work because Zlatan, he's 35 now. Yeah, he has 4 goals so far, which is reasonable for him, his first season in the Premier League. But I don't know how long he's going to last. Is he going to be able to sustain with the pace of the Premier League as the games go on? And you have Wayne Rooney, who's old as well, trying to score some goals. Paul Pogba is going to be relied on to be that 3rd goal scorer. He's really struggling this season. I'm not sure if he was even worth the money that was spent for him, 105 million euros. I don't think he's worth that much money for a center defensive mid. He is a great talent, but he's not someone that's going to score goals. Marcus Rashford, for me, has been their best player. He started 3 games. He's played a total of 5, 2 coming off the bench, and he scored 3 goals. He's by far their most effective player when he gets onto that field. He's outshining Paul Pogba, Zlatan, Wayne Rooney. Every chance he gets, he's trying to do something. And I feel like if they're going to rely on someone, it should be Marcus Rashford, and Mourinho should look to him instead of looking to Zlatan and Paul Pogba right now.
Manchester United is in a transition stage right now. Like you said, Zlatan is getting up there in age. He's a temporary solution. He's not a long-term solution by any means. Pogba you can't rely on him to be that 3rd. You can't rely on him to score goals consistently. A little bit overrated, definitely overpriced, but he's going to be a solid player for the future. And that's what Manchester United needs to invest in the next transfer window in January and then again in the summer. They need to get rid of pieces that have underperformed over the last 3 seasons. Guys like Rooney. It hurts to say that, if you're a Manchester United fan, but you have to be honest with yourself. Rooney hasn't been at his peak in years, and he needs to go. And there are other guys like that, like Ashley Young. There are guys who are not really fulfilling the performance standards that you have at Manchester United, such a huge club. And Mourinho is going to start bringing in his pieces. The ownership needs to be patient with him, and this is eventually going to happen. But this is why I said, when we did our Premier League preview, that Manchester United wasn't really a serious contender for me. And I stand by that, because you can't turn around a team like this in one single year. You can tell from the kinds of players they're playing in certain positions that they don't really have the pieces that they need. Valencia playing right back right now. They have Blind playing left back. Those are guys that you tend to see in the midfield. So they need to bring pieces in that are going to be solid in those positions. Maybe not superstars, but guys that do their job, do it quietly, and are going to be there for a while. If they can stick to that game plan, if Mourinho can instill his culture, Manchester United will be a great club. They will be a contender again. It's just not going to happen this year for me.
On to our segment for today. We decided that we're going to do a fantasy superhero draft.
It's Fantasy League, the part of the show where we draft players for our fake fictional sports league. Like Shawn said, today we're doing superheroes. And we're going to do good old-fashioned rock, paper, scissors for the first pick in the draft.
Paper, scissors.
That's it?
You want to do
2 out of 3?
Okay, 2 out of 3.
Let's do it. Damn it. Yes. I shouldn't have said that. All right.
Okay, so now I get the first pick. He kind of passed it on to me. For my first pick, I'm going to go with my goalkeeper. And my goalkeeper is going to be Spider-Man. Who else would I put in the net? He's agile, he's quick, and he can for sure catch a ball. I'm putting him in my net.
With the second pick in the draft and my team's first pick, I'd like to select the Incredible Hulk as my first defender. Who's going to get past him, especially if he gets mad? Nobody.
Well, I know someone that can definitely shore up my defense, and I'm going to pick Superman at the back. Who else? He's strong, he's definitely going to be athletic. And I don't think anyone's going to push him around, so he's going to be my first center back.
With the fourth pick in the draft and my second pick, I'm going to pick one of my midfielders, and that's the Flash. I mean, how can you not go with this guy? He's lightning quick. He can move back and forth, up and down the field. He's going to be wherever you need him.
I'm going to counter that midfielder with my third pick, and I'm going to pick Quicksilver. If anyone's going to be keep up with the Flash, it might just be this guy, so he's going to be my counterattack.
With my third pick, I'm going to have to go with my captain, and it's got to be Captain America. You need a guy to unify the team and lead your squad, and that's going to be the guy for me.
With my center back position, I'm going to fill it up with Black Widow. I'm going to fill that spot with Black Widow as my second center back to shore up my defense. She's athletic and definitely strong.
For my fourth pick, I'm going to go back here to my goalkeeper. And I think a guy that can rival Spider-Man in that because of his flexibility, I have to go with Mr. Fantastic.
With my fifth pick, I'm going to get my second midfielder, my right wing, Nightcrawler, to counter with the Quicksilver's speed. He is fast and he has a lot of stability. He's very deceptive, and I think that he's going to be really dangerous on that right wing position.
With my fifth pick, I got to go with my first and only striker here, and I got to go with Wolverine. He's fearless up front. With him running at you, that's a pretty scary sight to see, and I think he would score me plenty of goals.
I'm going to go with my striker now. He kind of took both of mine. But I will pencil in here, and he's a really solid pick, Batman. He may not be the fastest, but he is powerful, and he does know how to use his whatever he's got to his advantage. So I'm going to go with Batman. He will definitely be a force to be reckoned with up front, and he can definitely push around the Hulk probably.
With the final pick in the draft, my wild card over here is the Invisible Woman. She would be my final pick, and you'd never see her coming. Great chemistry with her husband in that. That is my superhero fantasy team.
So there you have it. You could tell us which team would probably win that. I'm hoping mine, but he kind of stole a bunch of my players, so I'm not sure.
I didn't even look at your sheet, man. Like I just picked.
That is our superhero picks. I hope you enjoyed this video because that's it for today. We will be back next week with our NBA preview. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That red button down in the video somewhere.
Yeah,
I think it's that way.
If you're on Facebook, just click the little YouTube button and you'll find it there.
Yeah.
And also, as always, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. We hope you guys are liking the new format so far. We're trying to improve.
See you guys later.